Yes, I'm a horrible bastard who deserves terrible things. Can we move past it? My nephew's Cub Scout troop did some sort of volunteering for little kids whose parents are in prison or something like that. I got roped into helping out, but no one noticed that I was left alone with the cash, so now I'm 1,913 richer. Look, I just bought a built-in 6-burner stainless steel barbecue for my backyard, and that shit is expensive. I'm kind of a charity case as well. That's even truer now. I'd been asleep for a couple of hours on Sunday night when I woke up to someone walking around my house. I didn't understand what was happening in my fog of sleep, but once I was half awake, a single thought bolted through my head. I live alone. My inner child told me to slide deeper under the blankets. Even that vestige of security slipped away, however, as I realized where the intruder was. Someone was walking on my roof. I could hear each heavy footstep as he made his way from one end of the house to the other. Terror settled into my stomach as I realized that staying in one place was a guaranteed way to remain vulnerable. Terror settled into my stomach as I realized that staying in one place was a guaranteed way to remain vulnerable. Arms shaking, I grabbed my phone and slipped out of bed before moving into the hallway. Not wanting to give the intruder any advantage, kept the lights off, convinced that I could navigate my own home in the dark. After rubbing my banged shin in agony and stifling my screams, I snuck into the living room. I was just steps away from my front door. I froze again. Even in the dark, I could feel that I wasn't alone. I couldn't tell where in the room he was, and I wanted to keep my location secret from him as well. Terrified that the heavy beating of my heart would give me away, I tried to remain as still as possible. Then I heard him moving. Next to the dining room table, around the recliner, past the chimney, right toward me. I held my breath. I could have sworn that I stayed in place for a full 5 minutes before daring to inhale again. But when I finally did, I realized that the room felt different. I was alone. Playing it safe, I kept the overhead lights off and used my phone's flashlight. Keeping it aimed at the floor in an attempt to stay discreet, I moved along the room, heading toward where the intruder had been. As the beam bounced before me, I could see muddy boot prints crisscrossing my house. That sent my pulse up so high that I worried my ears would burst. But as badly as I wanted to keep moving, I halted upon reaching the dining room table. No, I whispered, moving the light around, no longer trying to hide. But the harder I looked, the clearer the truth became. My intruder had taken the Cub Scout money. I was about to scream when my light fell on something I didn't recognize. Hands trembling harder than ever, I walked forward. It was a gift and a note. Both had my name on them. Still holding the phone, I unwrapped the gift first, pulling off the crinkly wrapper to reveal coal. It was definitely coal. That fucker knew I'd gotten rid of my charcoal grill. My stomach dropped as I realized how closely he'd been watching me. I didn't want to read the note, but I was more terrified of not knowing what it said, so I ripped it open as fast as possible. I told myself it couldn't be as bad as I imagined. It was worse than I imagined. 2 photos fell out. One had been taken right next to my bed when I passed out, completely unaware of another person in my room. The other showed me climbing into my car with the stolen money. Along with them was a handwritten note. I watch you when you're sleeping. I follow when you're awake. See you soon.